Before we dive in, I want you to do something first. Go to my Instagram and take my quick quiz, Are You Settling? It will instantly show you if your standards are truly where they should be. Don't skip it. Do it now and then come back here, because this episode is going to feel like both a wake-up call and a training session. Think of the quiz as your mirror, and this podcast as your roadmap to stop settling and finally claim the love you deserve. Now let's get real for a second. If you're over 30 and still lowering your standards just so you won't be alone, stop right now. Take a slow breath in, unclench your jaw, drop your shoulders. You are too grown, too wise, and too powerful to live on crumbs when you were born for the whole cake. If that sounds bold, good, it's supposed to. This is your reminder to raise your expectations back to the level of your true value. And yet, I get it. So many incredible, independent women hit their 30s and suddenly start to panic. You hear it in little comments at family dinners. So, when's the wedding? Don't wait too long. You scroll Instagram and see your college friends showing off engagement rings, baby showers, anniversary posts. And that small, gnawing voice creeps in. Maybe I should compromise. Maybe I don't have time to wait for someone truly right. Maybe having someone is better than having no one. That voice pretends to be practical, but really it's fear dressed up as logic. Sound familiar? My DMs are full of these messages. Sophia, I'm 34, still single. What if no one comes? Should I lower my expectations? Should I just accept what's available? I hear you. I've coached women who built entire careers from nothing, who moved across countries alone, who face life like warriors. And still, when it comes to love, that whisper of scarcity gets loud. But here's the truth. Your 30s are not the end. They are your decade of power. The years when you finally flip the script and write your love story on your terms, with clear standards, full self-respect, and calm patience. How many times have you heard these phrases? After 30, your options shrink. All the good men are already taken. Men only want younger women. If you don't lock it down now, you'll end up alone. Let's smash that myth right now. Dating after 30 isn't a deadline, it's an upgrade. In your 20s, dating was often improvisation, no map, just vibes. You didn't really know who you were yet. You ignored red flags because you were afraid of being alone. You convinced yourself that someone's bare minimum was good enough, because, at least I'm not single. You wasted months, sometimes years, in undefined situationships, hoping they would magically transform into real commitment. Drama, insecurity, anxiety spirals, overthinking whether a text with one emoji meant interest or indifference. That was the pattern for so many of us. But your 30s? Different game. You've lived through enough firsts to know the difference between excitement and chaos. You've grown. You've invested in yourself. You've discovered your boundaries, your values, and your deal breakers. Not because a coach told you to, but because life taught you and you listened. You've built a life that doesn't need rescuing. You walk into a date no longer as a girl hoping to be chosen, but as a woman deciding whether this person deserves a place in a well-built life. That shift, from hoping to choosing, is everything. And about that cliche, all the good men are gone. Please. That's lazy thinking, a story people repeat when they're scared to raise their standards. Many men don't become emotionally available or serious until after 30 to 35. Some were laser-focused on their careers in their 20s. Some went through heartbreak or divorce and came out wiser. Some simply needed time to grow up. The point is, there is a significant group of quality men who only now want depth, seriousness, and a partner, not a project. They're not looking for a 22-year-old to impress. They're looking for a woman to build a life with. Also, reality check. You don't need 50 options. You need one aligned partner. Love doesn't expire. You are not past your prime. You are perfectly on time. When scarcity talk creeps in, anchor yourself in this. Maturity filters the noise. Your pool is smaller, yes, but it's also clearer. You are not looking for attention, you're scanning for alignment. Practical reframe you can use tonight. Replace "I'm running out of time" with "I'm refining my timing." Let's get brutally honest about settling, because it often hides behind polite explanations. Settling isn't about how tall he is, the logo on his car, or the number of zeros in his salary. Settling is saying yes to someone who makes you feel less. It's choosing someone who slowly chips away at your confidence, who offers crumbs of effort and calls it busy, who leaves you feeling lonely while sitting right next to you. It's agreeing to situations that look fine on paper but feel wrong in your body. It's staying for potential while abandoning your present self. Common forms of settling look like this. He's charming in public but dismissive in private. You laugh at dinner, then cry in the bathroom because he made a joke at your expense. He replies but never initiates. You are the planner, the driver, the emotional glue, and he just goes with the flow. He's physically present but emotionally absent. You can touch him, but you can't reach him. He gives you someday promises instead of today actions. You're always one conversation away from clarity, and somehow you never arrive. He's good enough, so you convince yourself to stay, but your body keeps the score. Tight chest, shallow breaths, constant second guessing. A story I keep returning to. A client of mine dated a man for 5 years because she was terrified of being alone. He wasn't cruel. He wasn't a cartoon villain. But he never prioritized her and never built a future with her. He gave just enough to keep her hoping. At 35, she looked back and realized she had given half a decade to almost. She told me, "I wish I had trusted myself to walk away sooner. I could have been glowing instead of waiting." 2 months after the breakup, she said she felt more peace alone than she had ever felt together. And the science echoes this lived truth. People in mediocre, low-nurture relationships often report worse well-being than those who are single. Meh is not neutral. Meh is draining. Remember that the absence of overt harm doesn't equal the presence of healthy love. Bare minimum is not a love language. Litmus tests you can apply this week. Do I feel more myself or less myself around him? Does my nervous system relax in his presence, or do I constantly perform? Are his words and actions consistent over time, especially when it's inconvenient? If my best friend described this relationship to me, would I tell her to stay? If your answers pull you toward truth, listen. Loneliness isn't the enemy. Here's the secret most people miss. Raising your standards is less about a 30-item checklist and more about energy plus boundaries. Standards are not demands you shout at the world. They are quiet decisions you live by. What it looks like in practice. You stop replying to bare minimum texts. Wide at 11:47 p.m. isn't an invitation, it's a filter. You refuse to spend months in an undefined situationship. If clarity costs the connection, you just saved yourself time. You only invest in those who invest in you. Love isn't a solo project, it's a co-authored story. You ask direct questions and accept direct answers, even when they sting. Respecting the truth is the fastest way to the right person. Microscripts you can borrow. I'm looking for a relationship with momentum. If that's not where you're at, that's okay. We're not a fit. I enjoy getting to know you, and I want to understand what you're looking for. What does a committed partnership look like to you? I don't do late-night maybe plans. If you want to see me, let's set a time in advance. I don't feel valued in this dynamic. If nothing changes, I'll step back. Notice the shift? No drama, no threats, no debating your worth. Just calm clarity. Every time you say no to crumbs, you are saying yes to yourself, to your peace, your time, your future. Your standards recalibrate your energy, and your energy recalibrates your dating pool. People who thrive on minimal effort will fall away. People who value reciprocity will lean in. Small rituals to support your standards. Weekly check-in with yourself. What did my body tell me after each date? Write 3 sentences. Boundary rehearsal. Say your biggest ask out loud in the mirror until your voice stops shaking. Joy inventory. List 5 ways you nurture your life outside of dating: friendships, creativity, movement, learning, service. A full life protects you from scarcity choices. Every no to less is a yes to worth. Standards aren't walls, they're doors that only the right people know how to open. Your 30s aren't a countdown clock, they're the sweet spot. You've got wisdom, independence, and the courage to walk away from nonsense. You've seen enough red flags to recognize them by their shadows. You've built a life you actually enjoy, friends who feel like family, work you're proud of, rituals that keep you grounded. You don't need someone to complete you. You're looking for someone who complements you, a partner who adds harmony to a melody you already love. At 30 plus, love shifts from performance to partnership. It's less, do you like me? And more, do our lives fit? It's less fireworks that burn out fast and more a steady flame you can warm your hands by. It's planning weekends and mortgages and trips and holiday traditions. It's shared jokes, quiet mornings, repaired conflicts, and showing up on the days that aren't Instagrammable. If you've ever thought, I missed my chance, let me offer receipts from real life. I've seen women meet aligned partners at 35, 42, even 50, and those relationships thrived because the foundation was maturity. They chose each other with eyes open. They didn't confuse chemistry with compatibility. They talked about money, family, values, timelines. They built something that lasted because they built it on truth. Ask yourself, what qualities in me are actually stronger now than at 25? Name them. What kind of daily life do I want to share, beyond attraction? Picture Tuesday at 7 p.m. together. Who are we then? What am I unwilling to trade for a relationship? Write a vow to yourself and keep it where you'll read it weekly. Let me be crystal clear. This is your decade, not a consolation round, a prime window for deeply aligned love. Stop settling. Start selecting. Start savoring. If this spoke to you, don't just nod and scroll. Take action, apply it, raise your energy, protect your peace, choose yourself. And to support you, I've got 2 free tools waiting for you right now on Instagram. Handle appears on screen. Take my quiz, Are You Settling? It will instantly reveal if your standards are strong enough and highlight the exact areas where you're most likely to compromise under pressure. Download my high-value dating checklist, a simple daily ritual to keep your standards alive in action. 1 boundary to honor, 1 green flag to notice, 1 joy to schedule for yourself. Follow me there for more real talk, practical tools, and weekly challenges to help you build the kind of love that truly fits your life. Save this episode, send it to a friend who needs the reminder, and remember, raising your standards is not about shutting people out. It's about letting the right person in. Because you're not too old for love, you're too smart to waste it. And you deserve the whole damn cake, not tomorrow, not when it finally works out. But starting today with the choices you make, the energy you keep, and the standards you live by.